Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about the incredible rising value of American dead people. Let's talk about it. All right. So I think in the old days, like 5, 10 years ago, when people would die, generally they were just kind of forgotten and everybody moved on, and it wasn't, people were like, well, that person's dead. I'm not really going to spend a lot of time and effort and thought and emotion on them, right? I think that's changing. The person who really highlights this to me is Chadwick Boseman. I have never seen anything happen like what is happening with Chadwick Boseman. So if you don't know, Chadwick Boseman is the gentleman who was Black Panther, and that's where I really saw him for the first time and began to be a fan of his work. So I saw him in Black Panther, and then I remember, continuing to. I remember hearing that he was going to be in Spike Lee's film, Da 5 Bloods. And I got very excited about that, right? So I was like, oh, I've seen this guy in Black Panther. I'm going to really enjoy him in Da 5 Bloods. I also saw him, because I had seen him in Black Panther, I saw him in SNL. And he was very funny. He was very witty. He's very charming. He's just a really great guy, right? So Chadwick Boseman had a career going, and everything was going okay, and then he died, right? And the timing of his death was truly incredible. I think it hit at a time where Americans were ready to celebrate a great thespian's work, right? So what happened with Chadwick Boseman? So one of the things I think is interesting is I think there were millions of Americans who were just like me, so I had seen Black Panther, and that's all I saw of Chadwick Boseman's work, right? And I was looking forward to Da 5 Bloods. Well, when Chadwick Boseman died, I saw every single movie he ever did. I went back and watched 42. I saw Da 5 Bloods, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and everything else on his list, right? And I have to say, there is just absolutely no reason why I would have done that beyond his death. And the reason, for instance, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, that movie went right over my head. I don't think I even understood half of it. And the reason why is I just don't have the historical jazz knowledge to understand even half of what was on the screen, right? But I was very comfortable watching that film, even though I knew nothing about jazz, right, or the history of jazz, because I knew that because I had watched Da 5 Bloods, because I had watched him on SNL, because I had watched 42, because I had watched Black Panther, that basically he was going to, that I knew this was going to be a good journey, and that I was going to be happy with what I had seen by the end of it, right? And so the thing is, the reality is, his death brought me to his work and made me a much larger fan that I'm not sure I would have been as big a fan. Boy, I'll tell you, I don't think, I have to say it, I don't know what would have got me to watch 42, right? I don't like historical films, right? I don't like movies that play like documentaries. I just don't like them, right? And the only reason I watched that was because once Chadwick died, there was this massive outpouring of appreciation for his work. And I'm like, if this many people really like this gentleman's work, I need to see more of it. And the more I saw, the more I liked, right? So he had a great career, but once he died, I think it just put a big, huge exclamation point on all his work, right? And I think that's new. I don't know if we really, if the structure of a society with social media and the ability for, people, for a large appreciation to be seen very quickly, right? And then also the structure we currently have where you can go get movies as cheap as $4, often free because there's so many streamers, right? Legally, right? Fully legally. I don't use any of those, hacks to watch movies that some people do nowadays. But even legally, it's very easy to watch an entire person's body of work. And so more and more, I think there's a rising appreciation for American dead people, right? And the value of an American dead person is just going up, 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 like Bitcoin. It's just so much higher than it used to be. Additionally, I think there was one more thing that just really put the punctuation point on Chadwick Boseman's life for me. And that was, when he died, it was in like 2020, and we were in the middle of just one of the most horrific periods in history for America, where if you had a physical condition, right, a specific physical condition, many institutions were saying, give me your phone, I'm going to tell your physical medical condition to everyone you know immediately, right? But Chadwick Boseman, in his death, right, gave the best lesson I have ever seen on physical medical condition and what should be communicated. He died of cancer, right? And when he died, it became very clear that he had told no one, right? Like, no one. Like, it was not public knowledge. And he had said, listen, and his death made the statement, if you have a physical medical condition, that is your concern. And in America, we have the right to privacy. It's literally comes from our Constitution, right? And his death was a massive reminder that if you have a physical medical condition, that's your business, your concern, and no one's else's. And that no institution in the world should ever be saying, hey, I want to know your physical medical condition, and then I want to put that on blast to the world, and there was no better timing for, a person who was just heralded by and large as an upstanding hero of America, right, who was really putting to the question a massively invasive practice that was happening throughout the whole country. So I'm incredibly thankful to Chadwick Boseman for the work that he did while he was alive. And I'll tell you, I'm incredibly thankful to Chadwick Boseman for the work he's doing now while he's not alive. That's my opinion. What do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.